Skill 4, exploring angle pairs. Example 1, we're just going to identify different angle pairs. For question A, we have, are angle BFD and angle CFD adjacent angles? So we're going to look at BFD and CFD. Okay, so as we look at those, we see that there's actually an overlap, and one of the angles is inside one of the other angles. So the answer is no, they are not adjacent because they have a common side and a common vertex. However, they also have common interior points. So because of this, they are not adjacent. Okay, so this next one, we're looking at angle AFB, and angle EFD, EFD. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. We want to know if they are vertical angles. This answer is also no, because FA and FD rays are opposite rays, but FE and ray FB, FE and FB are not opposite rays. So because of this, they are not vertical angles. Okay, and the last one, we're looking at angle AFE and angle BFC, and are they complementary? Okay, so looking at AFE, so that's 62 degrees. The measure of angle AFE is 62 degrees, and we're looking at the measure of angle BFC, which is 28 degrees. So if you were to add those two angles together to be complementary, it has to equal 90 degrees. So if I added these, I would get 90 right there. So if we added the two angles together, it is 90, so that means they are complementary. Angle AFE and angle BFC are complementary. And the reasoning is because when you add the two angle measures together, you get 90 degrees. For this next example, we just want to make conclusions from this diagram. So we have this image, and we see, first of all, that these two markings are given. So that means that those two angles are the same. So we can say angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Alright, now I'm looking at a straight line, a line here, and a line here. So that means angle 3 and angle 5 are vertical angles. Okay, so we can say that about them. What else can we say? We can find adjacent angles. So well, there's a lot of those. So let's look through for some adjacent angles. Okay, so angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent. We would have angle 2 and angle 3 are adjacent. We have angle 3 and angle 4 are adjacent. We have 4 and 5. Angle 4 and angle 5 are adjacent. Angle 5 and angle 1 are adjacent. So all I did is I kind of started here and then went the neighboring angles, because those are all adjacent angles. Okay, let's see what else we can say. If we continue to look at, we can find supplementary angles if we look on our straight lines here. So what I'm going to do is supplementary. Remember, they have to add up, have two angles that add up to be 180 degrees. Okay, and if they're right next to each other, then they are also adjacent. So supplementary 3 and 4, so that's a line. So angle 3 and angle 4 are supplementary. Also, angle 4 and angle 5 are supplementary. And that's all we can say for sure. Maybe if we knew the angle measures, we could know more, but that's all we can say for sure. For this last example, we have angles KPL and JPL are a linear pair, which means they add up to 180 and they're adjacent right there. What are the measures of angle KPL and JPL? So first thing we have to actually do is find x. So since we know that our angles add up to 180, we have 180 equals 2x plus 24 plus 4x plus 36. So we just add those together, giving me 6x plus 60. And then I subtract the 60 over. So that's going to give me looks like if we subtract the 60 over, we get 120 equals 6x, divide by the 6. So x equals 20. So now I can plug in what I know. So the measure of angle KPL is going to equal 2x plus 24. So 2 times 20 plus 24. So the measure of angle KPL is going to be equal to 64 degrees. And then the other one, the measure of angle JPL is going to be equal to 4x plus 36. Put in what I know, 4 times 20 plus 36. So the measure of angle JPL is equal to 116 degrees. Just because the picture doesn't look like that does not mean that that's not the correct answer. Okay, that's why you can't just take for granted what the picture looks like. So that would be your answer. Those are your notes over exploring angle pairs. Summarize your notes, make sure you understand all this information and all the terminology we went over, then do your practice problems, then you should be prepared for your quiz over this material.